You know, there are some decisions in life that can change everything, and smoking is definitely one of them. It might start out as something small, but the consequences, they're huge. So today, we're going to dive into why people start, what the real cost is, and most importantly, how to find a way out.
Okay, let's just cut right to the chase. This image tells the story better than any words can. On the left, you've got healthy lungs, pink, full of life. And on the right, well, that's what happens after years of smoking. That dark black color, that's from tar and all the other chemicals literally coating the inside. It's a pretty shocking reminder of the damage that's happening on the inside where you can't see it.
So you see that, and you have to ask, right? If the damage is that obvious, why does anyone even start in the first place? What's the starting point? Let's unpack the social and psychological pressures that can pull someone in. Before I just list them out, what do you think? Seriously, take a second. What pops into your head? Why would someone, especially a young person, decide to light up that first cigarette?
Okay, so if you look at the most common reasons, a pattern starts to show up pretty fast, and it's almost always social. It could be that classic peer pressure from friends, wanting to look cool or older, or sometimes it's just plain old curiosity. A lot of the time, it's also a way people try to cope with stress. And notice a theme here? So many of these reasons take root when people are young, when they're still figuring themselves out.
And that phrase we just threw out there, peer pressure, that is a huge piece of the puzzle. It's that invisible force, right? That feeling you get from your friends or people in your group that makes you want to fit in, to be accepted. And to do that, you feel like you have to do what they do. It's incredibly powerful stuff.
All right, so we've got the why people start part down. Now let's get into the what happens next part. What is the real, tangible cost of smoking on your body and on your everyday life?
You know, the costs don't hit you like a ton of bricks all at once. They sneak up on you. At first, you might just feel it in simple things, like physical activities, trying to play a sport, or even just running for the bus. Suddenly, you're gasping for air. That's because smoking starts messing with your body's engine right away.
And that engine? Well, we're talking about your lungs and your heart. It's not just about feeling a little winded. Every single cigarette is causing direct physical damage, making it harder and harder for these vital organs to do their job of getting oxygen to the rest of your body.
And look, this isn't just some minor wear and tear. Over time, all that damage really adds up. It's like you're loading the dice against yourself, dramatically increasing the risk of developing really serious, life-threatening diseases.
So what's the bottom line here? It's simple and it's stark. All of this damage builds on itself, year after year. The ultimate cost is that smoking can literally shorten your life.
It's kind of wild to think about how much things have changed, right? Back in the day, smoking was everywhere. It was normal. And the really crazy part is, people just didn't know how dangerous it was. Get this, doctors sometimes recommended cigarettes. Can you even imagine that? Today, of course, the science is crystal clear and every health organization in the world warns against it. We definitely know better now.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about the problem. That's the heavy part. But now let's pivot. Let's talk about the solution. Because knowing all this is one thing, but what can we actually do about it? How can you really help a friend who wants to make a change? So I want you to picture this. Your friend comes up to you. They look you in the eye and they say exactly this. It's a really vulnerable thing to say, right? A real cry for help. What do? How do you respond in a way that actually helps?
So let's lay out the roadmap. What are the actual practical steps someone can take to walk away from smoking and not look back?
All right, here we go. 5 solid tips. First up, go to a doctor. Get a real checkup on your heart and lung health. Then you got to make it real. Set a clear, specific goal, like I'm quitting by the end of this month. Next, strategy. You have to figure out your triggers, what makes you want to smoke, and then actively avoid them. Number 4 is about replacing the old habit with a new one. Instead of reaching for a cigarette, go for a walk, chew some gum, drink a glass of water. And the last one, and this might be the most important of all, don't go it alone. Lean on your friends, your family, get support. So, we just used that word, trigger. What does that even mean? Well, it's pretty simple. A trigger is just anything that sets off that automatic urge to have a cigarette. It could be a place, like a specific coffee shop, or a person, or even a feeling, like being stressed out. The first step to beating them is just knowing what they are.
And that idea of a trigger leads us right to the heart of the matter, habits. See, smoking stops being just a choice and becomes an automatic reaction, a routine. And that's exactly why breaking the cycle is so tough, and why replacing that old bad habit with a new, healthier one is so incredibly important.
You have to build a new routine until it becomes the automatic thing.
Look, let's be real for a second. Quitting is not easy. It's tough. It is a genuine challenge. But, and this is the most important part, it is absolutely 100% possible. Millions and millions of people have successfully done it.
So that's what we've got. You have the information, you have the steps. But this isn't just some abstract knowledge to keep for yourself. It's a tool you can use to help the people in your life. So the real question to end on is this: who will you help?